attorney generals from 24 states and 3 U.S. territories decided to send letters to Walmart, Walgreens, Rite Aid, Safeway, and Kroger on Monday. And what they did is they asked them to stop selling tobacco products. The New York Attorney General Eric Schneiderman said, quote, "Pharmacies and drugstores, which increasingly market themselves as a source for community health care, send a mixed message by continuing to sell deadly tobacco products. The fact that these stores profit from the sale of cigarettes and tobacco must take a backseat to the health of New Yorkers and customers across the country. I urge these companies to do the right thing and remove tobacco products from store shelves." Now, apparently, these states got the idea when CVS voluntarily decided to stop selling cigarettes about a month ago, or maybe even a little longer than that. And we're also starting to see, for example, crackdowns on e-cigarettes. Different states are starting to treat e-cigarettes, the vaporizers, like they're actual cigarettes. So California banned smoking them in bars and restaurants and nightclubs, and New York banned them in public places. And I have to say, I've been really hesitant to come to this conclusion, but I think it's time because there's just so much evidence that's piled up. Anti-smoking measures have gone too far in the U.S. Now, don't get me wrong, I totally agree with a lot of the different anti-smoking measures. So, for example, mass education by doing the public campaigns that talk about the factual effects of cigarette smoke and how it causes cancer and all this stuff. 100% in favor of total knowledge and total education. Warning message on the cigarette packages, that makes sense too. In fact, I might even be in favor of, the really graphic ones that show picture of like lung disease and shit. Maybe that's a smart idea. I don't know. I'd be open to hearing the arguments on both sides of that one. The fact that some states tax them more and then they put that money towards, research for lung cancer or towards helping with children's health care, stuff like that. I'm in favor of all those different things, okay? Age restrictions, I'm in favor of making it 18 years old, which a lot of other things are 18 years old also. You don't just have it for everybody. So I'm in favor of moderate, sane forms of regulations where you tweak around the edges to try to incentivize certain actions. But there are limits because you can go too far. I now think they're going too far. What are you doing? If you're the government, it's none of your fucking business if a private store wants to sell or doesn't want to sell cigarettes. It's a legal product. They should be allowed to sell it if they want to sell it. Now, they're not banning it, but the message is do the right thing and take it away. Who the fuck are you to say what the right thing is, man? These things are already regulated heavily. So if they want to sell it with abiding by all the other regulations, butt the fuck out. Butt the fuck out. And to the e-cigarette stuff, I smoked e-cigarettes for a while. First of all, I smoked regular cigarettes for a while. For a long time, probably 5 years, 6 years, maybe longer. And then I smoked e-cigarettes for about a year. And I was able to quit. And e-cigarettes, just to people who don't know what it is, it's just vapor. It's water vapor with a little bit of nicotine. Now, nicotine is not the part of a cigarette that gives you cancer. In fact, nicotine, according to some studies, is actually good for you. It increases cognitive function, and it can give you a burst of energy, and there's very few downsides to just nicotine. But all the other carcinogens and chemicals in the cigarettes lead to cancer and lead to all these health problems down the road. So the e-cigarettes, there's no problem with them. In fact, if I wanted to go back right now and smoke an e-cigarette with nicotine, that would be fine. It wouldn't affect my health negatively at all. There's been some articles that try to hint like, well, we don't know how safe these things are. But then even in those articles, they admit that there's no evidence that they're bad for you. And furthermore, they even sell ones that don't have nicotine in them. It's just water vapor. So all this hysteria treating water vapor as if it's as bad as carcinogenic cigarettes, that's nonsense. That's like saying, the vaporizers that you use when you're sick, that you put the Vicks Vapor Rub in there and the vapor comes out. That's what we're talking about. That's what people inhale with the e-cigarettes. And they're treating them like regular cigarettes. But you're just denying the science and lumping things together that shouldn't be lumped together. That's not actually as bad for you. I've read every single article I came across on e-cigarettes, and they all say the same thing, that there's just no evidence that they're bad for you, and what the ingredients are not bad for you. They're nothing like cigarettes, just in how they look and how it appears as if you're smoking, and it gives you the same sensation in your throat as smoking, but it's safe. So they got to stop, man. They got to stop between raising the age to 21 and losing all consistency. So let me get this straight. You can go fight and die in fucking Kandahar, right? Fight for your country and die, but you can't have a cigarette, at least in New York City. I mean, give me a fucking break, man. Look, you have to realize, if you're a liberal, if you're a progressive, if you, in one area, say, well, I think people should be able to do whatever they want to do as long as they're not hurting anybody else, and you say that when it comes to weed, good for you. You're right. That's a matter of principle. Yes, the government shouldn't tell you whether you can or cannot willingly put something in your own body. You're right about that. But then in the next breath, you want to talk about how, CVS shouldn't sell cigarettes, and Walgreens shouldn't sell cigarettes, and let the government send them letters threatening them to not sell it. Whoa, but now you're a fucking hypocrite. Because you're saying, well, this substance I like, so it's okay, but this one I don't like, so it's not okay. Well, it's not about what the fuck you like. That's not how we run the government. It's about what anybody would like. It's about different strokes for different folks, different, opinions for different people. If they want to enjoy that, who am I to take it away from them? Just like I wouldn't want somebody busting down my door for recreational drugs I might take. I'm not trying to take it away from a smoker, even if they are hurting their own health. It's their business.